Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. We're going to talk about the healing process, trying to understand our narcissist. Take the time to do what you can. When we're learning about things, it does help us understand it a little bit more. But realize with the narcissist, if you are an empathetic person, there's almost always going to be that little piece that's not going to make sense. We have that cognitive dissonance going on where we got two conflicting things. And it's just like, if you're a kind-hearted person, you see these people who are putting cigarettes out on their kids or, locking them away, abusing them, neglecting them, whatever they're doing. And we're like, how could somebody do that? And it's almost like no matter what we hear, it's never going to make exact sense. It's never going to click and we're like, oh, okay, that's why they put cigarettes out. Okay, that makes sense. We're never going to get to that point. We are never going to go, oh, I totally understand now. We can understand they're frustrated, they were abused, but we still don't understand, like, you should know, like, how could you do that to somebody else? So the same with these narcissistic relationships. We're going to try to understand it. And there's going to come a point where you're going to have the pieces to the puzzle. There'll be some pieces missing, and you're just going to have to look at the big picture and see it for what it is. You're going to have your mind fill in the blanks. To just kind of accept it is what it is. It was toxic. It was empty. It was a lie. And that's going to be real hard to process because there are going to be little pieces missing. And each of those little pieces, we try to fill in the blanks, but we fill it in with a kind heart. We fill it in with the truth that we saw, and the truth was a lie. So we have to take those pieces and fill it in with like deductive reasoning. What would that piece that's missing be? We know it's a lie. We know that they took from us. We know they didn't care. And we gotta make sure those pieces that we're putting in are because of deductive reasoning, not because of our empathetic heart. And that's gonna help you realize that you're going to get a lot of your answers, and those are going to help you heal. But the more you think about it, the more you allow these ruminations to happen, the more you think about the person, the harder it is. So take the time to learn. That's very important. It's kind of also a distraction too, where instead of crying about the person or longing for the person, you're trying to understand it. So when you're in the healing stage, the understanding part is good, but focusing on longing for them is not. Understanding why you long for them is good. So just try to focus your mind in the right way. Use the right information that you have. Don't use your empathetic heart to make excuses for what you went through. Don't feel guilty for what you went. When they abuse us, we have reactive abuse. So there's times that we maybe lashed back or said something that did hurt the other person, but we were reacting. You know, you didn't come home and scream at the person just out of the blue. It's usually because of reactions. And so sometimes we feel guilty because we're like, I wouldn't have even done that, but it was so frustrating. And when things start to get toxic in these narcissistic relationships, they just don't want to work through things. And that's where it gets hard. So in the healing process, focus on yourself. That's the best revenge against the narcissist. Try not to be angry. Try not to be seeking revenge in a harmful way, like keying their car or destroying their new relationship. That's anger based. So scream into your pillow. Get rid of that anger in different ways. Go running. Get rid of that energy in a healthy way, because you don't want to do something that will come back on you. You key their car, you're gonna, get a vandalism charge or ticket or whatever they do. And remember that you're angry because of everything they took from you, that you were fooled. But don't get too caught up in the anger. Anger can fester and destroy you. just remember, this is where it gets hard because you love that person. Um, and I never understood, I can understand the anger and everything going on, but you see these people who kill the person that they loved. And it's like, but if you loved them, you kill them, you're not going to be with them anyways. And, um, you know, it's hard because it's like, who do we love? We loved air. We loved something that didn't exist. We loved that person. But just remember, if you did truly love the person, um, you know, any harm you bring them is not healthy. It's not going to get rid of your pain. It's just going to cause more pain. And I know sometimes, we want justification, or for them to pay. Let karma unfold itself. Karma will unfold itself. You don't have to do anything. So set yourself free. um, it's just an unhealthy feeling. So the best way to get revenge is just to live your best life, kind of show them, yeah, I told you I was like an amazing person. Don't let them keep you knocked down. But just remember, trying to understand what happened. It's going to be real hard for it to make complete sense. I know some of you want that complete answer. Sometimes we don't get closure. Closure can really help. But the closure is not going to come from the narcissist. And it sucks because it would be, 5-10 minute conversation and we can understand things, or we can feel like, okay, I wasn't a piece of crap. It just didn't work out, to where we just want to be acknowledged. But acknowledge yourself, acknowledge how great of a person you are, and just focus on yourself, because the narcissist isn't there for you. The narcissist isn't going to help you through. They're only going to make it worse. Anytime you try to say why to a narcissist, things get worse. If you try to explain, this is why I would need closure, because I hurt, they see the because I hurt as them realizing that they hurt you. And that makes them look at themselves as a bad person. They take it personally. You're trying to say, the situation hurt me. Can we work through it? But they take it as all about them, that they're a piece of crap. And they know that they do hurt people. And they've hurt so many people in their lives that they their true sense of knowing who they are, knowing all these people that they hurt, can kind of seep through when we try talking to them. And they are trying so hard to push that in the back of their mind. And it sucks not getting the closure that we need. It sucks not knowing exactly what happened, or, why they took away something that was so beautiful at one time, how it was so easy to just discard somebody. They instead of looking at the value of it, they looked at the toxic part. That's what they focused on, because that's who they are. They're toxic. So they look at the toxic parts. That's where their mind is drawn. Just like we're empathetic, our mind is drawn the other way. So we're trying to connect with somebody who's on two different levels. Their mind doesn't work the same way as ours does. Their depth of caring about things is different. Their depth is, I will get what I want, and if you don't like it, screw you. And we have to realize that, like, we're asking somebody to care about us. I just, like I say in a different video, if you ask me, fall in love with me right now, it's like, what? And that's like what we're asking the narcissist to do, is just feel love towards me and understand me and feel empathy. And it's like, wait, how do I feel empathy? I can't. They can't relate to it. They have nothing to draw from because they don't empathize. Sometimes like analogies, we try to say, everybody says, oh, it tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken. Whatever you're eating, it tastes like chicken. But if they've never tasted chicken, they're like, okay, that doesn't help me. It tastes like chicken, whether it's fried or baked. They're like, I've never tried chicken. Like, what does that taste like? And no matter how many times you're like, it's chicken nuggets, chicken or turkey, and they're like, I've never had turkey. That they're just never going to get it. They don't have the point of reference, because it's something that's missing in their brain. to where they can't feel it. So if you didn't have the taste buds to taste chicken, it's just impossible. So no matter how many times we try to say this way, that way, da 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 da, and they're trying to tell us like, I don't get it. And we got to see that they're telling us that through their actions, not always their words. Actions speak louder than words. And I want to send you guys a big hug. Try to learn what you can, but if you're looking for 100% before you let yourself move on, it's not going to come just because, you know, that parent saying, well, this is why I burned my kid. It's never going to click as acceptable. It's never going to click where any of their justifications really warrant them doing that. So same with the narcissist. There is no justification to warrant what they did. So we're not going to process it. We're going to hear or see or reflect back. Hindsight's 2020, and just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. It's really good to talk to people or to listen to the people on YouTube, because a lot of our friends who have not gone through narcissistic abuse don't understand it. They look at us like stupid fools for trying so hard, or what's the big deal, just move on, because they have probably been in different relationships that have broken up, but they haven't had that trauma bond. The manipulation that goes on causes us to have brain fog. A lot of damage goes on. So just remember, you know, the longer you stay in these relationships, or the longer you don't allow yourself to heal, our brains actually shrink and thin, and there's damage that is done. So take the time to learn as much as you can, but also take the time to eat the right way, sleep as much when you need to, get enough rest, rebalance your life. That's the main thing. By doing that, you're going to be better at work. You're going to be better around your family, your kids, whatever. Fake it till you make it. That's the hardest part to do when you're like, I don't want to shower today. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. But once you get out and start doing things, the sunlight, the vitamin D is good for you. The breeze on your face, it's going to help you heal. So take the time to cry. You're going to need to cry. You're going to need to have time alone. But don't do it to the maximum. Don't do it to the maximum. Kind of like dieting, like kind of diet your way through this with the emotions. Like, all right, I could eat this much, or I could cry this much, but I'm going to put my emotions on a diet. I need to have something. So try to lower your intake of the pain, and that's going to be like a mind thing that you need to do. Fake it till you make it. Smile more, even though it's like, oh, but eventually you're going to get the energy off of other people. So you're not trying to fake it to trick people. You're trying to kind of trick yourself. But when you do that, it's weird. The psychology of the human brain is really important, because I feel in this instance that kind of tricking your brain is reprogramming it. So I don't even know if tricking, it's a reprogram that we can do. And it does get better. It's going to take some mental effort though. You have to take care of yourself and take care of your mind, because there's so much going on. It's going to come. It's going to come. And allow your mind to reprogram. And in order to remind your rewire your brain, you got to give it something to grasp onto. So give it the smiles and the energy, and that's when you're going to start feeling the healing. Because you know, if you're all happy and excited, people come towards you, and that's what you need right now. You need good people coming towards you. So instead of just, you know, feeling how you really feel, people aren't going to be as drawn to you, and you are a wonderful person. So let them see the wonderful flair of who you really are. You just haven't gotten back to that place yet, but you know who you are. So you're not tricking them. You're allowing them to see what you're trying to bring back, and it'll come. I'll see you in the next video.